calling all instructional coaches, curriculum specialists, teachers on special assignment, or whatever they call you. I'm Matthaeus Huelse.
And I'm Katie Ritter. As instructional coaches, we are often responsible for our own professional learning and can sometimes feel pretty isolated in our role.
That's why we're here, bridging the gap with a wealth of tips, tricks, and building a community of coaches.
So hit the restart button with us.
Recharge your coaching batteries.
And hopefully you'll leave feeling just a little bit less on your own coaching island.
Welcome to another epic episode of Restart Recharge. Today, we're assembling with the EDU Guardians, education's mightiest heroes, to uncover their origin story, their legendary successes, and the super tools that power their mission. So, ready to grab your cape, Katie?
I'm ready.
All right, let's
I got
go.
it on. I got my Tech T-shirt Tuesday on.
Tech T-shirt
That's
Tuesday.
what we're talking about.
All right, so I've always wanted to do this. So let's go now. Introduce yourselves. EDU Guardians, assemble.
My name is Larisa Black. I'm an earth science teacher. I teach virtually. I'm also an AI literacy coach. And my, superhero name, my alias is AI Luminous.
Right, I'll pick it up. I'm Aileen Wallace. I'm a high school teacher over in Scotland, and my alias is the Curiosity Crusader.
My name is Christie Cloud, and I am a virtual social studies teacher in Georgia, and I also adjunct teaching instructional technology in the K-12 classroom. And my EduGuardian alias is Historical.
And then Heather Brown is not with us right now, but she is a math interventionist, and she shines as a K through 5 math and STEAM teacher. And her avatar, or superhero, if you will, is Math Magician.
All right, big sis. And then last but not least, my name is Alyssa Faubion, and I'm an instructional design coach. And my superhero name is, it's Farmer Fobs. And so a little bit about us is we are here to unite, to ignite learning as our little, slogan. And we are just a community here to just uplift educators and bring the energy to the community and the fire and the drive and the creativity throughout this community. So it's been a fun ride, and we're here to talk with Matthaeus and Katie all about it. Can't wait to share.
Awesome. Well, and for longtime listeners of the pod, Alyssa was just with us a few episodes ago. So she's coming back, a double pod this month. So we are super excited. You 5, and again, Heather's not here. So thanks, Larisa, for introducing her until she's able to jump on. It's very hard to coordinate this many schedules to do a podcast recording when we've got global time zones and everything we're working with. So one, thank you all for, being so flexible and being here. The 5 of you have just, I think, you have truly united and ignited passion among educators on social media again. And I am just so excited to have you all here to give you, this as one additional platform to tell your story and to connect with additional educators. So let's back up, and if you guys wouldn't mind giving us like a little bit more of the origin story. How did the 5 of you, who are quite literally, all over the states and the world, right? We've got Aileen joining us from across the pond, so to speak. So how did the 5 of you get connected, and how did you decide to say, hey, we need to do this thing and let's call it EduGuardians? Well, somebody give us a bit of a backstory there.
I'll provide that if that works. I was sitting at home, and honestly, I think I should have probably been grading papers. But, you get to that point where you've graded so many, that your eyes start crossing. And so I was like, you know what? I need a break. And I was on social media, and Microsoft Designer had released a superhero prompt. And I was like, oh, what would I look like as a superhero? And so I filled it out and thought it was just like the most adorable thing. And so, of course, then I was like, you know what? I need to tag and I always hate saying ex besties because it sounds like we're not friends anymore, but like my formerly Twitter besties, I guess. And so Eileen and I had discussed Curepod. We have a strong love of Curepod for over a year. And then I sort of knew Larisa, excuse me. And I'm very Southern, so Larissa just rolls off the tongue. I apologize. And so Farmer Farms and Heather and I had done some presentations where we were at the same place. We were different presentations, but we were both presenting at the same time. So we kind of knew each other. So I just threw it on there. I was like, hey guys, what would your superhero look like? And send it out and tag them. And they responded with their superheroes. And the next thing I knew, I was getting like DMs from teachers, and they were like, how do I become a superhero? And is there an application process? And I was DMing these ladies. I was like, guys, we're teachers. We don't have an application process. What do we do? And so we just kind of went out and was like, hey, everybody, join us. And we've just had so many people join us, and it's just been such a wonderful, positive, connected movement, in my opinion.
I love that. Does anyone want to add on before I
Yeah,
kind of
I
piggyback up into my next
I was
question?
just gonna add real quick that like it expanded also at the levels of what we decided to do. So like we started with the designer prompt, right? And then it grew into, Heather created a school aid chatbot where you could, chat with it, talk about what your persona would be, like who your superhero would be, what the name would be, your profile, your background, like all of that. So now you're creating a whole new person that is, this superhero. and and that kind of just was so much fun and people were loving that. And then, we all say, let's take it one step further. This is not taking it far enough. And we're like, what if there were trading cards? And that's one of the great things about this community. One person gets an idea, we all do it, and then somebody else gets another idea, and we're all on top of it. And we just love being, special. Like we have that.
Well, hey, we're extra a little bit. So after the Microsoft Designer Superhero, then the trading cards and the school AI, then we create a book creator. So what better way to view all the superheroes than a comic book? And so with book creator, you can turn the pages. So it's really cool. So that's kind of like been our collection. So we went from 5 of us to 30 in a couple days to now over 130 Edu Guardians that when they create their superhero, they tag us and then we put it, the book creator. So that's like our official, like, little book. So it's been fun.
That's awesome. So, like the superhero with the Microsoft design prompt, the putting in the book creator, the school AI, these are definitely all, I think, fun outcomes or like steps along the process of joining this community. But talk to me a little bit more about that actual community, right? What are some of the things that you all are doing to connect educators at a deeper level beyond just like, hey, make this fun AI superhero, which is like just the starting point?
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I think the community we say, everybody's heard of a PLN. And so we don't say PLN, we say PLF as in personal learning family. And so it's been really important to see how like at ISTE we're going to have meetups and have this sense of belonging. We've heard people say, "Hey, we're going to ISTE and I never really had this group to like, get to know people and now I do. I have this sense of belonging and also, like, I love getting on Twitter and when I get home, it was like, but as an educator, there's fire right now. And so we just love seeing the collaboration, the creativity. I'll let Eileen kind of showcase how she talked about a story about how if one person doesn't know something, there's an edgy guardian for that. So that's kind of I'll let her touch on that.
We had a staff training session just last week in my school, and I was showcasing Curipod at it, and a couple of teachers were coming up asking from the maths department, did I know any apps? And I know from speaking to Heather that it's quite difficult to get apps for maths. So as I'm standing there talking to this maths teacher, I'm busy tweeting, hey, any EduGuardians know a maths app that somebody could use? And quite genuinely, hand on heart, within 30 minutes, I was going back to that maths teacher going, right, I've got 3 apps here that people have said work. They're happy to get in touch with you. They'll put you in touch with the people at the company. Do you want to have a chat with them? And they were just looking at me like, what? It's like, no, genuinely, you put a call out and somebody out there will know something about it and say, yeah, I'll help you out. I've been stuck on loads of things because I'm really new to all this. And so you just put out a call saying, I was trying to do whatever it was. Renee Dawson helped me out with something. And she was like, I'll jump on a call. You got half an hour. There's like 6 hours, 5 hours difference between us. And she's still prepared to jump on a call and help me through. And that's what it's that sense of community. It's that sense of helping each other out. And nobody's too early in their journey or too far along their journey to reach a hand out and say, right, I'll help you. And it's just glorious.
I love that. So
Yeah.
it is glorious. That is a perfect word. And I love how, when Alyssa was kind of downloading me on
That phrase again.
Matthaeus making fun of me for that word.
Downloading you. Okay, go ahead.
I've never heard that one.
Me
Download. That's a new one. We're gonna download that one.
Yeah, but it kind of fits in this context. Thank you for downloading me on what the EduGuardians are and your guys' kind of backstory and where this came from. I shared with her, and I've shared it with people along my career, but I always say that I wouldn't be where I am in my career. And I said this years ago, I wouldn't be where I was in my career if it weren't for Twitter. Because when I first joined Twitter and I was an early tech coach when it still was like really no one knew what it was, I still don't know that everyone fully understands what it is, but they really didn't know back then. Twitter was such a community for me to go and to not feel alone when maybe I did in my local context. And it allowed me to like share ideas, get ideas like you're sharing, Eileen. And so I've just noticed over the years, especially since COVID, it's kind of hurt my heart a little bit to see educators leaving this platform of being able to literally reach out, reach your thumbs out, so to speak, I guess, on your phone and get responses from people all over the world who are willing to extend that hand and to help. And so seeing the kind of the revival of that community and that excitement of educators being willing to do that. I know you all are kind of just like a small representation of that within like my own social media community, but it has just been really exciting to get to see that and to kind of be a part of that, just like even from the sidelines and watching you all and seeing educators get excited. So I just truly mean that. I think what you all are doing is really great for the education community at a time when educators feel very alone. And we need to remind people that this profession is exciting and rewarding, and we don't have to do it alone. So I think what you all are doing to create that space is truly amazing.
And it's not just the fact that I think you can reach out to that group and you can still find something useful. And we all have blind spots. We learn something different. But it's also building the confidence in other people that all of a sudden have something to offer. They realize,
Yeah.
oh, hold on, I have something to offer here. And I think that's so great. That's a really cool little comic book story. This is a great success story. Can I have? I'd love to hear another success story, something else that grew out of this community engagement.
Coming from and I do teach in a virtual situation now where I feel like most of my colleagues are familiar with a lot of technology, but we are only in the third year of our virtual program. So my first 20 years of teaching was in a brick and mortar school, and it was very, very lonely sometimes. And I think that that has been the most heartening thing for the community for me is to see when people post, I feel like I found my people or my group because everyone doesn't have a situation where they're surrounded by teachers who want to try new things or like to integrate technology. And it builds a community feel not just to reach out, but just to have that support and know that other people out there are like you, I guess.
I love that. Larisa, did you have a story that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I mean, and this is just one of the many, but I've done the website and I'll deal sometimes with the emails. And I've gotten emails, thanking us as the EduGuardians for putting this together, for creating this community. And then I know we talk a lot about ISTE because ISTE is the thing that's coming up soon, right? And we're going to be there. Well, at least 4 of us will be there. And we are excited to go to all of the things and attend and all that. But there's a lot of our EduGuardians who are not going to be at ISTE. And so I had an email come to me saying, well, with the trading cards, like, what if we're not there? Can we still do trading cards? And this is coming from someone who has a doctorate. And I'm like, I love this so much because we all have a child inside of us, right? Like, we all need to have fun sometimes and do something that, is just like it's related to education, but it's not something that like you have to do, right? Like you don't have to create a trading card, but it's just so much fun and to be able to share that with other people and then network. So it like has this excitement of let's do the fun thing and that leads to better, bigger things, I feel like. And just those emails alone make me realize how this really is important and it is expanding and it is something that we are creating that is powerful. And it's not just the 5 of us. Like the 5 of us, we've got great chemistry, we work well together, but it is the community that is powerful. It is all the people being able to share, and it's not just us talking at them, right? It's everyone talking together. So I think that's what makes us a little bit different than some other, PLNs or PLFs.
Agreed. And so, just like from a logistical standpoint, if someone's listening to this podcast, maybe they haven't been very active on Twitter in a while, so they haven't seen kind of this craze going on. Talk to me about a little bit more specifically, like what are the trading cards? If somebody wants to go out, how do we even find this, right? Like I'm inspired. I want to create my EduGuardian now, which by the way, I already did.
She
But I
did.
want I want to create my EduGuardian. I know you said it's a Microsoft designer prompt, but like where can I go to find this? To find that prompt you mentioned, Christy, to get my EduGuardian. Then what do I do to get my own trading
Wow.
card? Which Eileen, yeah, we have to get this video clip and share that on socials. That's adorable. But like where can I actually go and physically describe this for someone who is listening and hasn't actually seen these things on social media yet, if you would?
So our biggest platform right now is definitely X. You can go there and you can really see how to become an edgy guardian. We have
Where do I go? Name? What's the hashtag?
well the Twitter name is EduGuardian5
Okay.
at EduGuardian5, and then we also have a website eduguardian5.com, and we definitely encourage you to sign up for the newsletter because Christy does a fabulous job with the newsletter. Shout out to Big Sis Christy for doing the newsletter, and you can get all
Yeah.
kinds of information, all kinds of updates and all that stuff. But we are looking at pushing out like a one pager, just so that people kind of have everything all in one place. Because really the biggest thing is the designer, right? The Microsoft designer. It doesn't have to be just Microsoft designer. We've had Microsoft designer, we've had Adobe Firefly, we've had Canva. So like it is not just use that prompt and that ed tech tool. It's anything and everything. And then you tweet that out to EduGuardian5, and then we add you to the book creator. But say our biggest platform right now is X or our website at EduGuardian5.
So if I go to your website, that's probably the best place to find like links to everything. But then
Yeah.
in terms of like connection with the community, best place is X for those of us who can't get over it, Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to
Okay.
the website, there's a form you fill out. It says, become an EduGuardian. Fill out that form. We get that information out on our end. We only use it to like send out newsletter or whatever, but you will get a welcome email. Okay. So a welcome email will come out and you will get the step by step exactly how to become an EduGuardian. You can do all the steps, you can do none of the steps, whatever you want to do. But obviously, if you're signing up, you want to create your own. And then, when you are following us on X, Twitter, whatever, we've got some Instagram and TikTok as well that we're starting. But as you're following, then you get to be a part of that community. And that's, again, just the best thing about this, right?
And the trading cards, last piece of this question. What are these trading cards that you're talking about?
Eileen, tell them all about it. You have them in your possession.
So, who was it gave us the prompt for it?
Ashley, I believe.
It was an EduGuardian that gave us the prompt for them. And it was kind of like, it's like the Pokemon thing, you got to catch them all. You got to meet all of the. And then we thought, well, if you're meeting up with people, you want to remember who they are afterwards. If you've got your trading card, then after ISTE or FETC, whatever, you can go, oh, hang on, I've got so and so's details. So partly it's a fun way to have a mess around with Canva or Adobe and see what you can do with it, which is, to me, that's what it was, because I'm only new to Canvas. I was like, oh, this is good. What can I do? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. And a part of it is actually the really serious. Oh, I remember meeting them. They said to get in touch about whatever it was. And there you have it. Either we're going to do a virtual version for those of us who can't get to ISTE, or, the actual version, that you've got that person there and it's a connection to remember who they are and what you were speaking to them about. And who doesn't love a scrapbook? I mean, stick them in there, collect them.
I love that.
It's like Alyssa, now I'm making up new names for the two of you. Like Larisa said, it's that bit of the child in you that maybe you were too old to do Pokemon. But, it's it's that bit of fun. It's that bit of joy that I think the EduGuardians are giving a lot of people back.
And I think it's a perfect example, really, to highlight like the involvement of the community, because, like Aileen said, Ashley did because I had a little Canva trading card, and that's the thing about the community is like they take it and they make it so much better. And we all looked at Ashley's and we were like, "This is phenomenal, girl. Can we push yours out as a template?" And she's like, course. And Kayla did our incredible shield and logo. And then Rachel keeps up with a phenomenal wakelet that has everyone's stuff in it. And I think that just really highlights so much is that the community has really bought in, and they feel like it's theirs. And it's not just, something that they are involved with. It's something they contribute to and they're creating.
I will also fully admit that it took me a lot of time to actually think of all my skills, and I figured what would be my superpowers. That was a lot of fun reflection, actually, to have to like condense it down to yourself as a superhero power.
That's when I got overwhelmed.
It's like I was saying it's fun because you had to kind of reflect about like what is my superpower. That was really neat. And dear listeners, of course, all of the links, all of the important stuff is going to be in the episode description, so you can always find that there, and you can immediately go and join the EDU Guardians when you're ready. We're going to take a really quick breather. We're going to give it to our sponsors, and then we will be right back with our superheroes and a couple more questions.
Calling all instructional coaches. Join Forward Edge for Coaches Camp in summer of 2024. Coaches Camp is packed with high-quality professional development exclusively for you. Attendees will work with like-minded coaches on creating strategies for building teacher relationships, executing coaching cycles, and building a culture of coaching and tech integration within their school district. There are 2 opportunities to attend Coaches Camp in the summer of 2024. You can either join us virtually July 22nd through 24th, or come to Cincinnati on July 29th and 30th. Please visit forward-edge.net/coachcamp to reserve your spot today.
Looking for a program that reaches all teachers and learning new tools to integrate in their lessons? EDU Badges is the answer. EDU is an anytime, anywhere badging program that is designed to take bite-sized tools for instruction and teach teachers how to use them. EDU has received the ISTE Seal of Alignment for educator standards, and each badge in our expanding library is aligned to the ISTE standards and the SAMR model. Learn more about the program that teachers call addicting at forward-edge.net/EDU Badges.
Welcome back to the Restart Recharge podcast. We are here with 4 of the 5 founding EDU Guardians. We have Alyssa Faubion, we have Aileen Wallace, we have Christie Cloud, and we have Larisa Black. And then we are just missing Heather Brown from the pod, but shout out to her as being part of this tremendous group. So we are just kind of digging into all things that this like joyous community is bringing. And I'd like to get into just a little bit more of the day to day, and then also some of your ISTE plans as well too. So anyone who is going to ISTE or maybe are not at ISTE folks, everyone knows how to get in. So talk to me a little bit more so we talked about the Twitter handle at EduGuardian5, but you all also have a hashtag that you use as well, correct? What's your hashtag for people to just another way to connect with everyone kind of in this community, not just your like Twitter account that you manage?
It's hashtag EduGuardian or hashtag EduGuardians. So
With
we
an
use
S.
either one with
Okay,
an S.
got it. Okay, so that is a great like, would you recommend that being a great way to connect with everyone else within the community?
Yeah, that or tag the EduGuardian5 or use a hashtag and we'll see both.
Okay. Are there other ways that you all are connecting as a community?
So once a month, which we just had our second one, um, is called the EduGuardian Exchange. I know on a Saturday before the countdown of ISTE 2 month, I texted the girls and I was like, "Hey y'all, like it's 2 months till ISTE. What do y'all think about like a launch party?" And I think it's funny because like when one person says something, like we're just all like, "Yeah, let's go!" And so that's what happened. So with these girls, they were like, "Yeah, let's ride, yeehaw!" So we 2 months
Absolutely no one
down.
said yeehaw.
I thought y'all
No,
did.
no,
You
no.
did.
She did.
I
She
We
did.
did.
know Farmer Bob's did.
So we had the 2 month countdown, just a launch party. We just threw it together, and so we like to use, or I like to use, a little fig. I always say get figgy with it, with a fig jam, and so it's just a great collaborative tech tool that you can just have fun with. You can do a little Polaroid camera, and you can just add things, and everybody can add their post-its, and it's just like a fun way. So like, I don't know, we had like 40 people come to the launch party and then we just had our second one, so we're calling them the Edgy Garden Exchange. So we're gonna have them once a month now. And so that was the 1 month countdown, and it was a great time just to get to know everybody. But if you want to unmute your mic and comment and have fun, go ahead. We explored the Katie, you would know this, the emoji kitchen. Katie loves the emoji kitchen.
I just love a good emoji.
True. And so we had them explore the emoji kitchen, and Chrissy, of course, thought she was a princess and everything. And oh man, she just had too much fun with it down there. And so we were able to go through that, and then we were able to go through our ISTE plans. And then we gave away 19 t-shirts. We had several companies donate shirts, Edu Badges being one of them. And so we had several shirts that we gave away just to really help with the Tech T-shirt Tuesday that everybody likes to tweet on Tuesday.
Thank you. I was gonna make you talk
Yeah,
about that too. And if you'll
I
notice,
knew
today is
that.
Tuesday that we're recording,
we
and our
both.
episodes come out on Tuesday. So Matthaeus and I are both rocking t-shirts over here.
Yep.
Rocking your Tech T-shirt Tuesday, and Katie already even tweeted it. So always exciting to see everybody's Tech T-shirt Tuesday. And it doesn't have to be a T-shirt, be a water bottle, a lanyard. We've seen so much different stuff. And it's just been a little fun way. And then we had a little video today. It's not Taco Tuesday anymore. It's Tech T-shirt Tuesday. We've taken over Tuesday, so it's been fun. So I'm gonna dive into our first ISTE plan, and then I'll let the ladies jump into the next one. So our ISTE plan is our first one is going to be at the Figma booth with a trading card exchange. And so we are asking that everybody keeps their trading card to themselves until about 3:30 on Monday, where we are just going to have everybody come to the Figma booth and exchange the trading cards. And this includes companies. We are having individuals create their trading cards, but we are having several tech companies that are jumping on board and creating their mascot. Edgy Badges being one of them with the Badger. Jill has done a fabulous job. She's been one of our biggest fans, so it's been really fun.
Jill designed that, by the way. Drew him from scratch.
She did.
No AI involved in the making.
And then we're also gonna be able to have the virtual option where, people at home can add their trading card to the Fig Jam live while we are there at the booth. So it's either live and exchange in person or virtually on the Fig Jam. So that's our first one, and then who's next? Christy?
You said that's 3:30 Monday at the Figma booth.
That is on Monday, 3:30.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Christy.
All right. So at 2:45 on Monday, you'll also be able to catch EduGuardians at the quizzes booth. We're going to to show a few ways that we like to use quizzes because we have been helped out by so many fantastic companies, including you guys. And quizzes actually made our inaugural shirt, the ISTE shirt. So on Tuesday for our ISTE Tag Tuesday, we're all going to meet at the quizzes booth at 12:20 for an EduGuardian photo and the EduGuardian quizzes shirt.
So that was Monday at, you said 2:45 at the quizzes booth
Yeah, we'll all be there.
for little demos, and then Tuesday at what time for the group photo?
12:20.
12:20. Okay. And is that just bring any t-shirt? It will be like t-shirt overload or
It would be the EduGuardian t-shirt.
EduGuardian t-shirt. Okay, what if I don't have an EduGuardian t-shirt? Can I get one? Can I just like sit this photo out? What do I do?
Oh no, you coming, Katie?
Oh, you can totally get one.
So where do I do that?
She's gonna be like, Alyssa, order that for me.
Oh, well, I want other people listening to know too.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And the quizzes store that you can go to online has an entire little prep for SC, EduGuardians. What would you call it? Like a sub store? I mean, you can get stickers, you can get notebooks, you can get, but the t-shirt that we're all going to have for that photo is there in a variety of options. Alyssa really likes the pink one. So I encourage everybody to look at the pink one. But yeah, we would love to give you that link if you could add it in your show notes.
Yeah, you can also find it on the website.
Katie will definitely be buying the pink one.
I know,
Definitely.
you threw me off. I'm like, my
ridiculous.
ears perked up, and I was also like, "What? Alyssa doesn't like the pink one, does she?"
She heard pink, and then she'll probably even add some glitter to it, you know?
Katie, we're gonna get along so great at
Oh,
ISTE.
Christy, sparkle's my favorite color.
I love this. Yes. I found Alyssa these amazing boots, and she will not wear them. And they are pink and sparkly. Katie, I think you should talk her into them.
I will.
Oh.
Larisa, what were you gonna say?
I was just saying that if you want to go to a direct link for the quizzes shirt, you can just go to our website, eduguardian5.com, click on where it says at the top ISTE conference information, and that'll bring you to our calendar as well as our like where you can purchase the shirt. You'll click on the link will take you to the quizzes shop.
Awesome. Anything else going on at ISTE that people should know about?
We have a little on Wednesday, little CuraPod plus BenQ. We're going to be highlighting CuraPod and their superpowers. CuraPod was one of the major tools that kind of brought us all together. So they've asked us to, that's Eileen's, yep. We're going to be showcasing CuraPod plus BenQ on Wednesday morning, I believe at around 11.
Okay.
11 to 12. What about 5 to 7 on Tuesday?
Oh, well, I knew that you got
Oh.
that, Christy.
Well, I did quizzes, so I was trying to give some, but yeah, from 5 to 7, Brisk is hosting a meetup for the week of AI as well as the EduGuardians. So it'll be at the piano bar that is basically right across the road from the conference center. So definitely within walking distance. I think you can see it from the conference center. And from 5 to 7, they'll be hosting everyone from Week of AI as well as EduGuardian shirts. So leave them on after the photo op and then just hop right over to the Brisk meetup at 5.
That's awesome. And then I think we're doing something as well at EduBadges. So I think it's more of a surprise, but there's definitely something going on at the EduBadges booth. So
Do I have to cut this now? Is this a surprise?
No,
We're just
because
saying it's a surprise, Matthaeus. It's a surprise.
it is a surprise.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It is.
Alyssa likes to keep surprises
It's
from
a
us.
reveal at ISTE
It
at
is.
the EduBadges booth.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's all we can say, I guess.
Do you know the day that that's happening?
It is happening on Monday at around 10:30.
Monday, 10:30. Okay, 10:30 a.m. Okay, great. At my booth. Great. I'll be there.
At your booth, be there.
Listeners, if you didn't grab a pen and paper to write this all down, that's our bad. We should have warned you ahead of time. Just scroll back real quick, get your info, write it down, and then welcome back here. I think we are ready for our last question. Do you have more things you want to ask?
No, I think just I don't know, Eileen, if you have any like confirmed details. You mentioned you were going to be doing a card exchange for folks not at ISTE. Is that just like more info to come?
That's the fig jam that Alyssa's talking about. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
got it.
I don't get to join the fun, so I'll be doing it virtually.
Well, we'll keep you in the loop with the hashtag.
Thank
Yes, and we'll miss meeting you in person, of course.
Yeah. Well, so we always end our episodes with 3 tips for our listeners. However, we have 4 people here. I don't know. Well, how do you feel about everybody gets 1 tip? I know we're going to go into 4, Katie. So
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll do 4 tips.
Top 4 tips.
Yeah, superhero pieces of advice.
Am I going first?
Farmer Bob's first.
You're going first.
Okay.
Looks like it.
My first
voted.
piece of advice is definitely, tiptoe into the X world. And as Katie said, it has been a big push into her career and definitely ours, but it's become our PLF, personal learning family. And it is a great opportunity to meet other people, whether it's virtually or in person, and be able to support each other. It's been really cool to see people supporting each other through webinars or the ISTE conferences, or FET is going to be coming up. And so just to be able to build that personal learning family is such an important piece of your career. And so that is my biggest top 4 tips.
And on that, before we go into the other ones, what are each of your individual Twitter handles? We know we got EduGuardians covered, but what is your individual Twitter handles for people to connect with you?
You'll find me at Farmer Faubion.
You'll find
And then Larisa
at TeachWise AI.
and Eileen
I'm AI with Aileen.
and Christie.
Ladybug XIE.
Awesome. And then does someone have Heather's handy?
She is Brownie
Brownies
Bites.
Ed-
Ed
Ed
Bites.
Bites. Yes.
Brownies, Ed Bites. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, next tip. Let's go to Larisa.
I would say don't be afraid to try new things, right? You've got a whole community backing you up. You can try, a new ed tech tool, or maybe a new way of teaching, or discussing things that, maybe you weren't ready to do that quite yet without someone else who's already gone before you and been using that platform. So just, play and have fun with it.
I love that. Eileen, let's go to you next.
Instead of FOMO, have JOMO. Joy of missing out. So rather than seeing everything and thinking, oh God, I need to be using all of these, just choose one. Just choose one platform, get to know it, and then when you're ready, you move on to the next one.
I'm
I
writing
love that.
down Jomo. That
Oh
is
my God.
fantastic. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay. I thank you for the new saying. And Christie.
Okay, I will literally say that the 3 tips that I wrote down are 3 that they have covered. So I love going last. Okay, so I am going to build on Larisa's. And I do this with my students all the time is to fail forward. Like, don't be afraid of failure. I so often have teachers come to me and they're like, well, what if I do it and it doesn't work out the way I have planned? And I'm always like, are you kidding me? Your class like normally works out the way you planned, because I teach middle school social studies and like it never works out the way that I have it planned on my lesson plans or in my head. And I think that some of my best learning for my students and for myself has happened when it didn't go the way that I planned it. So that would be my biggest piece of advice, is just like, don't be scared of failure, because it teaches the students to not be scared of failure as well. It's all progress.
I love that.
Christie.
Well, ladies, again,
Sorry, I was going to say, I thought she was going to say her 4th tip was to bring a glitter bomb with her to to sprinkle all over Farmer Farms. That's what I thought she was going to say.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. I'd watch that.
Oh, it's happening. Yes.
Matthaeus, whose team are you on?
Oh, the one where you end up covered in glitter. That's the team I'm on.
yeah, obviously.
She completely threw me under the bus for karaoke, so glitter is coming. Yes.
That's amazing.
I love it. Well, ladies, again, thank you so much for being here, for finding the time, not only for this recording, but for giving back to the education community in such a way that is truly reinvigorating people with joy and excitement for getting back on social media and supporting one another. We need good teachers. We need good educators to stay in the profession. And you are, I think, a bigger part of that than you realize right now. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Thank you, guys. And that was a great episode. Thank you so much for being here and talking to us. Listeners, if you want to learn more, all of the details, every individual event and every last link will be in the episode description. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. So thanks, everybody, for being here. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for spending time with us today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with an educator friend.
And connect with us on social media at RRCoachCast to let us know what you thought of the episode and what topics you want us to discuss next.
New episodes drop every other Tuesday. Be sure to subscribe to Restart Recharge wherever you listen to podcasts.
So press the restart button.
Recharge your coaching batteries and leave feeling equipped and inspired to coach fearlessly with the Restart Recharge podcast.
A Tech Coach Collective. I'm adapting this next one a little bit, just FYI.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are you going to say Mjolnir?
No, because I don't know what that is or how to pronounce it.
I have to say, I wrote the questions for this, and I leaned into the nerdiness, and I figured, we're going to go Justice League, we're going to go Avengers, we're going to go superhero, we're going to lean into this. And then I realized, okay, Katie's going to have to say the words Mjolnir, Batmobile, and lightsaber. I don't know if that's going to go well.